Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're tracking down a completely invisible biological threat that is literally accumulating inside of you right this second. But hey, don't panic. We are going to walk through exactly how to get it out. We're talking, of course, about microplastics and forever chemicals.
To really grasp the scale of this problem, just think about the number 7. Recent data shows that the average person is walking around with a staggering 7 grams of plastic trapped right inside their brain. Yeah, your brain. Not just floating around in your bloodstream, but actively lodged right into your most vital organ.
So here's our roadmap for today. 1. Plastic in your brain. 2. The recycling illusion. 3. Detoxifying your body. 4. Kitchen and food swaps. 5. Daily routine upgrades. And 6. The power of prevention.
Section 1. Plastic in your brain. A neurological threat. So why is this so urgent? Well, your brain accumulates 7 to 30 times more microplastics than your liver and your kidneys combined. It's wild. Out of all your organs, your brain is taking on the absolute heaviest load by far, which makes it the most vulnerable part of your body when we're talking about plastic toxicity. And, we aren't just dealing with physical plastic fragments here. We also have to face these things called forever chemicals. These are toxic substances that bind directly to your blood proteins and they bioaccumulate. That means over time, they just build up in your system, block proper cellular function, and basically set the stage for some really serious long-term health problems down the road.
Section 2. The recycling illusion. The environmental myth.
For decades now, we've all been told to just toss it in the blue bin, right? Well, that is a massive false shield. A measly 9% of all plastics are actually recycled. So where does the other 91% go? It's either incinerated or it sinks straight to the bottom of the ocean. When you see that little recycling symbol on the bottom of a container, it creates this nice illusion of environmental safety. But the reality is starkly different.
And it turns out that recycling symbol is basically an economic illusion. Get this, internal industry documents actually state outright there was never an enthusiastic belief that recycling was ultimately going to work. Making new plastic from fossil fuels is almost always cheaper. It was literally designed to keep us buying plastic without feeling any guilt.
Now, there is a tiny glimmer of hope on the scientific horizon. Researchers are currently developing highly specialized plastic-eating microbes, fungi, and specific enzymes. But here's the catch. Those technologies are just not ready for prime time yet. And because they aren't viable right now, your personal avoidance and your internal detoxification are your only real lines of defense.
Section 3. Detoxifying your body. Internal defense.
So how do we get it out? Your internal cleanup really needs a multi-step approach. First off, you absolutely must prioritize high-quality deep sleep. Your brain has a type of lymphatic system that acts kind of like a dishwasher, but it only really kicks into gear to drain out toxins during deep sleep. Next, you need to counter the massive oxidative stress these chemicals cause. You can do that by loading up on sulfur-rich foods, think garlic, onions, cruciferous vegetables, or by using natural liver-supporting supplements like NAC, milk thistle, and TK. But I want to dive a little deeper into Step 2. Step 2 is autophagy. If you haven't heard of it, this is your body's innate cellular cleanup process. It's a built-in mechanism that effectively hunts down and clears out toxicity. And the absolute best way to trigger this internal cleaning crew is by fasting. To actively clean up that plastic toxicity, you really need to induce a significant amount of autophagy, which typically means fasting for at least 18 hours. Section 4. Kitchen and food swaps. External blockade.
Let's build that external blockade with some rapid-fire kitchen replacements you can make right now. First, toss out those plastic cutting boards and swap them for wood. Every single time you chop on plastic, you are micro-shaving plastic particles directly into your dinner. Next up, those super convenient little dishwasher pods? Yeah, they are wrapped in plastic. Swap them out for a plastic-free alternative. And finally, ditch the Teflon pots and pans. Upgrade to stainless steel or ceramic cookware so you avoid having forever chemicals bleed straight into your food every time you heat it up.
But you also have to watch out for the really sneaky, hidden sources. Because our oceans are so polluted, your standard sea salt is often contaminated with microplastics. A great swap is salt mined from ancient seabeds instead. Here's a surprise. Canned foods and even your carbonated water cans, the inside of those is very often lined with a super thin layer of plastic. Move over to glass containers whenever you can. And look, if you're drinking city water or using plastic water bottles, you are basically drinking plastic. You absolutely need a high-quality water filter and a stainless steel bottle.
Section 5.
daily routine upgrades. Lower your toxic load.
Beyond the kitchen, making some simple, inexpensive swaps can drastically lower your daily toxic load. Swap out the standard plastic toothbrush for a bamboo one. Switch your normal chemical-laden dental floss for clean alternatives. When you're buying cleaning supplies, look for plastic-free sponges. And for feminine care, switching to 100% organic cotton tampons is a huge step to avoid introducing plastics into some of the most highly absorbent areas of the human body.
Now, guys, this next point is absolutely crucial. Never, ever heat anything in the microwave in plastic. One of the absolute worst culprits? Microwave popcorn bags. They are completely lined with it. And if you're a parent using bottles, make the switch to glass bottles with pure silicone nipples. That simple change will drastically reduce infant exposure.
Section 6. The Power of Prevention. Redefining Health.
To wrap things up, let's contrast the modern medical system with actual, true health management. Reactionary medicine basically relies on screenings just to catch a disease early so they can throw a medication at it. But that is not prevention. True prevention requires you to actively step up and reduce your toxic load today, essentially denying those diseases the environment they need to ever develop in the first place.
So, we're going to leave you with this final thought. Your long-term neurological health is entirely in your hands. And as we've seen, the actions you need to take are surprisingly simple. So take a look around your house right now. What everyday plastic item are you going to commit to replacing first?